G'day and welcome to the Mudgee Guardian's preview of the 2014 Trans-Tasman Open Test Series. And alongside me here today is Ben Harris. My name's Darren Snyder, and I guess we'll get things underway. So Ben, what can we expect from this weekend?
With Trans-Tasman Australia versus New Zealand, the two best touch football teams in the world going at it in mixed opens, women's opens and the men's opens. You can't get better than that. You're going to see fast-paced touch football, top talent and top skill touch football, and as I said, they are the two best touch football teams in the world. They are the best players in the world in their sport, playing at magnificent Glen Willow. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Yeah, I was going to give that a plug. The Glen Willow Regional Sports Stadium is where it's at, and it's hosted many great things. Already hosted the Trans-Tasman in 2012, was it? Yes.
Yep. And it was once again here, which is great to have for the community and the town. Now, Ben, obviously the mixed opens, they've got a pretty even record. What do you sort of think is going to play? How's it going to play out this weekend?
They're both very interesting sides. Both sides have got a lot of debutants in playing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. Mudgee Simon Lane is making his debut for the Australian side in the mixed open, but what history tells us, the mixed open is going to be very even. I think they've played 29 times, and Australia won 16 times, and New Zealand 13 on 13 occasions. When they were here in Mudgee in 2012, Australia won the series 2-1. It was very high-scoring matches, and the same in Auckland back in February last year. New Zealand won that 2-1. Australia will be looking to win the series, obviously, to get revenge from last year. Coach Michael Lovett said they didn't play it all that well in New Zealand, but hats off to the Kiwis. They played fantastically on their home patch, but I think the mixed open is going to be very different. You got three guys on the field, three girls on the field at the same time, and people might think, oh, guys playing against girls. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The ladies are going to hold their own against the men, so it's going to be some fantastic touch football played, especially in the mixed opens division.
From what I can remember in 2012, yeah, it was exciting to watch, and let me tell you, those ladies and men can play touch football to the highest level. Alright, now in the women's division, Australia's absolutely killed it over the past, how many years they've been playing, do you expect the same again this year? You would
be, if you're a betting man, you would have to pick the Aussies. The Aussies would be a $1 favourite on the tab or something like that if you want to do that. They've played 29 times, Australia have won 27, New Zealand have only won twice. One of those wins were 2 years ago in Mudgee here in the first test. It was a bit of a surprise to everyone, but then obviously Australia came back 10 months later in Auckland and won the series 3-0. I think Australia will be too good in the women's opens. Australia have got obviously the likes of Louise Winchester, who's the captain, playing her 56th her test match on Friday night. Peter Rogerson, also the Queensland skipper, she's played over 40 caps as well. They've just got plenty of experience. Claire Tandek is coming back after a few years away, obviously motherhood as well. But you're looking at the debutants, they've got about five debutants in the Australian side. They're also very quality touch football players as well. In the Kiwis, they've got about 7 debutants, so it's a very young side, and you could say pretty inexperienced side as well.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, it's all looking forward to the Touch Football World Cup, which is going to be in Coffs Harbour this time next year. So obviously, that's the planning behind the Kiwis is to blood some new talents, to look at who they've got, what talent they've got for the upcoming 12 months. But as I said, I think Australia will be too good on this weekend.
There you go, the hot tip, Australia too good in the women's. Now, move on to the men's. What can you expect there this weekend?
It's going to be a tough match. Last time in Mudgee, Australia clean sweep 3-0. I think they won the third test match 11-4, which is it's a shellacking in terms of Trans-Tasman scorelines. But then New Zealand came back and upset everyone. They upstaged. Everyone thought they were going to get beaten again, but New Zealand, to their credit, won 2-1 in the series over in Auckland. So New Zealand will be pumped through it, but Australia being on their home soil, they'll be pumped as well, especially they're the world champions. This is the last time these two teams will probably meet before the World Cup. You would imagine that these two teams will meet in the World Cup, most likely in the final, and this is the last opportunity these two teams will get to play each other. So whoever wins this whoever wins this men's division will probably go into the World Cup as favourites. So it's a toss of the coin. New Zealand's got quite a fair youngers. They've got 3 17-year-olds playing in men's open, which is fantastic, incredible ability. Those three 17-year-olds. But Australians, they've got obviously the likes of Steve Roberts, Dylan Hennessy's just a freak at touch football, Nick Good as well. He's the vice captain, so it's going to be an interesting men's open encounter. But I think Australia just might have the edge over there.
Yep. Well, I do know the Australian and New Zealand teams will be a part of the Anzac Day services here in Mudgee this weekend. We look forward to seeing them here in Mudgee and also at Glen Willow. But that wraps up our preview of this weekend's Trans-Tasman series in Mudgee. And yeah, go the Aussies, I guess.
Go the Aussie. Get out there.
Righty-ho.